Now, folks, thank you. Welcome everybody to the 7th On the Nail reading here at the Locke Bar, brought to you in association with the Limerick Writers Centre.
Sorry, this piece is called Church Tales. Get up, will you? Get up. You won't be in time for communion, my mother shouted. This was the ritual in my house every Sunday morning. Mass wasn't until 12 o'clock, but I needed to be up before 11 to fast for 1 hour before receiving the Blessed Sacrament. I always had to wear a ridiculous-looking knitted hat, which I often conveniently forgot, but my mother came well prepared. She would reach into her handbag and take out a black lace mantilla, which she would affix to my head with a big silver hair clip. Please God, don't let any of my friends see me, I thought to myself, as I cowered down in the hard wooden benches. Back then, the smell of incense would assault your nostrils as you entered the church. I walked in quietly, as I didn't want to upset the hushed tones. Then the choir began. Their dulcet tones engulfed every fibre of my being. Most of their repertoire was Latin, and they sang a very moving version of Panis Angelicus. Behind the altar was the sacristy. As a child, I wondered what went on in there. At intervals, the parish clerk emerged, carrying items needed for Mass. Candlesticks, a chalice, a glass of water, an altar cloth, and a big red leather-bound book. A slim red ribbon hung from the book, used to mark the particular page in use. The big brown oak door always banged tightly after every entrance or exit, as if to ensure that no lay people would discover the mysteries held within. Altar boys in soutanes appeared from this inner sanctum, and I wondered if they wore their own clothes underneath. A bell rang and a priest appeared in all his regalia. The sacristy must be a dressing room, but I wondered, where did they keep the wine? The reverence, the austerity was all there. The congregation and the priest prayed loudly in unison and sang, proclaiming their Lord and Saviour. If I spoke to anyone during Mass, I'd suddenly feel a poke between my shoulder blades, and I'd look around to see an old woman with a scowl on her face. She would tell me to shh, making more noise than I ever did. The priest's monotone nearly put me to sleep, but I had to listen to the sermon because it was part of my homework to write the bones of the sermon for my school teacher the next day. My mother often helped me with this, as sometimes I didn't understand half the words the priest used. Once, I remember during Mass, a blonde, curly-haired child in the seat in front of me kept sticking her tongue out. I assumed it was directed at me, so I did the same to her. The organist's face got redder and redder, and I was relieved she got to the final verse. I was also happy that I hadn't been caught sticking my tongue out.